Forget the noble, white-bearded king on a throne. The real Odin is one of the strangest and darkest gods ever imagined. He gouged out his own eye. He hanged himself from a tree and stabbed himself with a spear. He practiced magic his own people considered shameful for a man. He started wars just to harvest the dead. And he did all of it for one reason, an obsession so total it defined him. Knowledge. This is who Odin actually was, and why his desperate hunger for wisdom makes him the most human god in any mythology. When most people picture Odin today, they picture a kind of Norse version of a skyfather, wise, majestic, sitting calmly above it all. That picture is almost entirely wrong. Odin's own people described him with a long list of names, and they are not the names of a gentle king. The Terrible One, God of the Hanged, Father of the Slain, the Masked One, Bringer of Madness. Odin is a god of war, yes, but also of poetry, death, magic, and frenzy. The very word at the root of his name relates to fury, to ecstatic possession. He is unpredictable and a little frightening even to his worshippers. Kings prayed to him for victory and knew he might betray them anyway, because Odin's loyalty was always to one thing above all others, not to any person, not to any kingdom, but to the relentless gathering of knowledge and power to use against the end he saw coming. Odin's defining trait is that he will trade anything, for wisdom. The first great example is the Well of Mimi. Beneath one of the roots of Yggdrasil, the world tree, lies a well whose waters contain deep cosmic knowledge. It's guarded by a being named Mimi, and he doesn't give the water away. Odin came to the well and asked to drink. Mimi named the price, 1 eye. Now, a king protecting his image would refuse, or negotiate. Odin plucked out his own eye and dropped it into the well, where the texts say it remains, gazing up from the depths forever. Then he drank. Think about the symbolism the Norse built into that. Odin gives up half of his outer sight, half of how he sees the physical world, in exchange for inner sight, for wisdom. From that day on, he sees less of the surface of things and more of their depth. The one-eyed god is a god who chose understanding over appearance, and paid for it with his own body. And this is only the first price he pays. The greatest price Odin paid was for the runes. The runes were not just an alphabet to the Norse, they were magic itself, symbols that held power over healing, fate, victory, love, and death. And the runes could not be taught. They could only be won through a sacrifice so extreme it bordered on self-destruction. So Odin performed the most haunting act in all of Norse myth. He went to Yggdrasil, the world tree at the center of the cosmos. He took his own spear and pierced his own side with it. And then he hanged himself from the tree, and hung there, wounded, for 9 days and 9 nights. No food. No water. No help from anyone. In fact, he forbade anyone to aid him. He hung in agony, staring down into the dark depths below the tree. The texts put it in his own voice. He was given to Odin, myself to myself, a sacrifice where the god, the offering, and the one receiving the offering were all the same being. On the 9th night, at the absolute edge of death, the runes rose up out of the darkness and revealed themselves to him. And screaming, he seized them. He came back from the brink carrying the secret magic of the universe. The king of the gods tortured himself nearly to death, alone, by choice, because the knowledge was worth more to him than the suffering. Odin's hunger for power led him to learn a form of magic called seer, a deep, fate-bending sorcery that could see the future and alter destiny. But there was a problem. In Norse culture, seer was considered women's magic. For a man to practice it was deeply shameful. It carried a stigma so strong that for any other male it would have been social ruin. Odin learned it anyway. He absorbed the insult to his honor because the power was worth more to him than his reputation. That tells you everything about his priorities. Not even shame could stand between Odin and knowledge. And then there's the darkest part. Odin actively gathered dead warriors. The Valkyries, his battlefield choosers, flew over wars and selected the slain to bring to Valhalla. But why would Odin want endless warfare among humans? Because every brave warrior who died became a soldier in his army for Ragnarok. Odin had a motive to keep the wars of mankind burning. Some myths show him deliberately stirring up conflict, breaking his promises to kings, engineering the deaths of great heroes, not out of cruelty for its own sake, but because he needed the finest dead for the last battle. The Allfather was, in a sense, farming humanity for soldiers. Every choice bent toward one goal: be as strong and as wise as possible for the end he knew was coming. Here's what makes Odin, for all his darkness, strangely sympathetic, even relatable. Step back and look at the shape of his whole existence. Odin knows he is going to die. He has seen Ragnarok. He has seen the wolf Fenrir open its jaws and swallow him whole. He knows the exact manner of his death, and he knows that nothing he does can prevent it. And how does he respond to living under a certain death sentence? He doesn't despair. He doesn't give up. He spends every waking moment trying to learn more, gather more, prepare more, buying every possible advantage against an ending he can't escape. The eye, the tree, the shameful magic, the harvested dead, it's all one desperate, lifelong project to face the inevitable as ready as a being can possibly be. Isn't that the most human thing imaginable? We are all, in the end, in Odin's position. We all know how the story ends. And the question Odin's whole life asks is, what do you do with the time, knowing that? His answer was to never stop seeking, never stop preparing, never stop trying to understand, to meet the darkness with as much wisdom and courage as he could possibly carry. The Norse didn't worship Odin because he was perfect or kind. They worshipped him because he refused to look away from the truth, no matter what it cost him. So the real Odin isn't a serene king on a cloud. He's a one-eyed, self-sacrificing, fate-haunted seeker who gave up his eye, his comfort, his body, and his honor, all to face an end he couldn't change with open eyes. He's terrifying. He's ruthless. And he might be the most human god ever imagined. If you want to meet the being who finally devours him, Fenrir, the wolf the gods betrayed, that's where we're going next. Subscribe, and keep seeking.